That doesn't sound so Christmas-like.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Love it.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell.
Hey everyone, this is Mo. It is Aqua Sewing and Vacuum. I have to wave to all the friends at home. We are here for SewTime, and so we have a lot of things to show you. And I've tried to put some logic together on the order with which I show things, but we know I'm the get her done and let's do it random kind of gal, so bear with me. I'm going to start by telling you about classes and events we have coming up. I'm going to start with on some of the seats. You may have seen this this card. This card is showing you that we have Barbara Goldcorn coming in to teach a serger class. People who sign up for this event are going to have the opportunity to use the Bernina L890. And she is a very famous serger in the industry. And right now is even teaching this same class at the Houston Quilt Market. And so anyway, we are so fortunate to have her coming here. And the event will cost $249, and you can bring your machine or use a Bernina L890. Lunch will be provided. The kit will be cut and ready for you. So all you need to do is show up and have a fabulous time and get a chance to meet Barbara Goldcorn. So that's something very exciting. We're offering November 8th or 9th. That's a Friday or a Saturday. You choose which day works best for you. But get in on this and you can sign up today. Other classes that we have coming up. We have, I'll let my brain wrap around this. There is a jelly roll weaving class, and you are using 2.5-inch strips weaving fabric, and you'll make a tote bag out of that. That class is October 26th, and there's still openings in that class, and you'll be doing that with Barb. We also have a tuffet making class. Oh, there we go. We also have a tuffet making class, and she has designs where you do the tuffet either in an embroidery hoop, and it's highly embellished on an embroidery hoop, or you make it with 2.5-inch strips. That class is going to happen in November, and there still are openings for that class as well. So take a look.
Did that bag you just show us, was that made with a single jelly roll or multiple? A single jelly
She's
roll.
done a single jelly
Okay,
roll,
good.
done a lot of weaving, right. Our Barb is on her way home from Europe, so she'll be here tomorrow. So, well, we have missed her. Okay, what other do I have? Oh, we have Santa workshops happening. We've done that for like last 2 or 3 years. One year we focused on ornaments. Last year we focused on kitchen. This is all from last year. You know what you can do with your dish towels or a little apron. That was last year, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing this year. A lot of fun. Do you want me to grab? Okay. And then this is the moment we've all been waiting for. You've all asked, and now we can't hide the secret anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But our SewTime Christmas party is coming, and our SewTime Christmas party is going to bring in the Sew Brothers.
Oh.
Because they're going to be singing their song, It's a Sew Man. Isn't that how it goes? Exactly. It is on December 12th. And there is a fee of $10, but you get that back as a coupon to use in the store. So you want to mark your calendars, the 12th. That's a Thursday, 6 p.m. We're going to be doing it at Pickering Barn. So yeah, get it on your calendar.
And sign up.
Yes, sign up so we know.
Can you bring yes?
Yes, for $10.
Yes,
Bring
you
'em.
can bring a guest. We love that.
We love guests.
Yes. So that's what's happening on the horizon here. But now let's get down to what I've been cooking up around here. And first I'm going to start with embroidery. So in the embroidery world, let's first start with Halloween. No, let me start with this light. See how lovely this light is? Look, it swivels, it dips. up and down. I love this light. And it has a dimmer, so it doesn't have to be so bright. And guess what? If you just don't want it on your table at all, you can put it away. So this is the new light that's out by daylight. It's called the Lumi. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. We have one, it's sitting over here. And so if you need good lighting, what I like about it is sort of disperses light. We have other lighting we've had in the past where it's almost like you can get directly to like handwork, things like that. But this one is nice. I like it to illuminate a cutting table, things like that, where I want the light dispersed a little bit. All right. So here is the Kimberbell Pumpkins and Potions Halloween quilt. This was made up by our customer, Julie Rose, and it is so incredibly beautiful. And so she lent it to us so that all of you could see it. We do have the Kimberbell pattern here, and it is called Pumpkins and Potions. And it does have an embellishment kit as well. Kimberbell also has a quilty little Christmas. And these are quilt designs where you can put them together in different formats, whether you want a table topper, a wall hanging, a table runner, however you want to organize that. You have all different types of themed blocks to make that happen. So we have that as well. In the embroidery world as well, and maybe you saw Little Red Riding Hood. Isn't she adorable? I'm so glad that Barb took the time to stitch her out, because from looking at the CD, I never would have guessed she was this large.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. Anyway, the kit comes with the whole kit and caboodle for the story. You get the big bad wolf, and you get Granny, and you get the, what was he, the woodsman? So they all are in this kit. The doll itself is completely made in an embroidery hoop. The dress and the little hood you make on the sewing machine, but the doll is all completed in the hoop. So there we go for embroidery enthusiasts. Also in the Kimberbell world, let me go to Kimberbell. Kimberbell has come out with a new collection of felt. So now they've gotten into some design, some felt that has some texture and design to it. So this is new and has just come out in the last week, and that is their embroidery felt. Kimberbell also released a new mug rug pattern. It is volume 6 of the mug rugs, and it has a lot of really fun. There's a barn, a gnome, a cat, and I'll leave it out so you guys can all take a look. And it has an embellishment as well, kit. Little $10 embellishment kit that will work with some of these patterns as well. Let me put this here. I only have one, so I'll pass it around. So if one gets sold, everybody's had a chance to see it at least once. Kimberbell also has a yearly program they call the Dealer Exclusive Program. And you all have an opportunity to buy the design each month, and they cost $10, and they download directly to your email box. So I wanted to let you know this is the one for this month. Now this is kind of an uber size. And someone said, that's too big. What would I do with that? I said, well, you have a bigger cup of coffee and a giant cookie. It gets bigger, everything. Let's just not, sell that short. But their mug rug patterns traditionally are smaller. This is just the one they've come out with 2 different sizes, a smaller one and then this nice big one. So you could make it a mug rug. You could stop at this part and then add to it and make it into a table topper. You could do anything, but very cute. Coming up next month is lace work from Kimberbell. Now, this may look mint green, but it is only that color because that's the fabric I chose to put behind it. The lace work is done in white, and whatever you put behind it, it is what is going to highlight. But whenever I do a Kimberbell pattern the first time, I try to mirror a little bit about what's in the picture, so it kind of looks like the picture. But this could be really fun with red in the background, green in the background, and it will hide a gift card. And you spell my name M-O, it doesn't have an E at the end. And you're putting that all together, no E at the end. So that's what's kind of happened in the embroidery world. What I have for other gift ideas are, let's come down this way. This is a new idea I had. It's not new. Let's say Alexis got my brain trained and working, if we all recall Alexis. But many of us in our house have bags like this. And sometimes your bags are full of bags. And they're full of bags. And they're full of bags because we've gotten in the habit of saving every bag we own. And some of them are made out of a nice texture, a nice fabric. So let's talk about what we can do. I completely undid this whole bag, took it apart, and look what I turned it into. I turned it into a pillow. And so it was so easy to do. I used this here for the piping around the edges. I made it an envelope closure in the back so that I could reclaim my pillow if I ever wanted to. And some folks might say, well, why would I want a pillow like that? What would I do with that? Well, outdoor furniture. Wouldn't that be cute outside in the summer? And then, you know, it was a bag. If you get it dirty and filthy, that's fine. Boop, throw it away and you have a filling to do another one. Because I know we all have abundance. And if you can't find one, go back to last Christmas party. There was a Bernina bag and it was so cute. And you could snip up that Bernina bag. It would make an awesome outdoor pillow. So there we go. What do we do with our bags? Then many people know, I go to Missouri Star to their retreats quite often. So I cannot tell you how many Missouri Star bags I have. And I'll tell you, Linda Seals probably has a bag and a bag and a bag and a bag. We have so many. So here's what I did. I completely took this bag apart and made what did I do with the fabric? Here we go. These clam-up bags that are by Annie. So the clam-up bags are just so nice. And even on the inside, I took the side of the bag and fussy cut out their name, Missouri. You know, I'm using the side of the bag, the whole bag, but it gives you an opportunity to do something a little different with all those bags you have around your house. And all these zippers, we have a whole wall of zippers over there, so you can find the zipper that matches. So there we go. How to upcycle. Let's see what I have next. We are going to be doing a class here on Saturday. And for those who didn't have an opportunity to sign up for the class, it is for these iron caddies. These are called the Travel Case Mini Iron. The pattern is done by Minky Kim, and she has designed it to fit the new style of a liso iron. So the first one is a little bit shorter. And then they came out with one about an inch longer so that the handle, you wouldn't burn yourself. Remember how hot that first one got? Yeah. So this will fit the new size. And I did it in all different ways because you quilt together a top and a bottom. So I did some examples where people could see when you play with the lining on the inside, maybe you want it all one color and just a change on the top. You could make it so that it's the same fabric all throughout. But again, this will be an iron caddy that will hold the iron and the silicone pad that it sits on, as well as the cords. So there we go. This is the mini travel case. If you can't come to the class, Minky Kim is really good about putting her videos on YouTube. No voice, no anything. She just points to things and sews and all of that. So anyone of any language can understand what's going on, and you can follow along with her as you produce these. But these are awesome. And again, in the photo, I can pass this around so you can see it too. In the photo, you might see where she has a cutie little label here. We have those woven labels here in the store. And I'll give you a chance to see. They're hanging at the bottom under the zippers, the pink, all the little pink packaging. So another class we're going to be doing from Minky Kim are these scallop trio bags. And a scallop trio bag, I'll pass this around as well. Cute, fun to put together. She does have a little tip on how to get the inside of the bag to have a nice fit. Sometimes you get a lot of slack on the inside of a bag. And I made a few of mine that have a lot of slack inside the little box. But now after I went back and watched her video, I'm like, oh, you're brilliant. So we're gonna have a class and we'll do it her way. I think that's our plan. Let's do it her way. So you could look at these bags and see them several different ways. I made one where I just took a band of fabric, as I was cutting the pattern, and fussy cut it so that it would act like this. You could even take these bags and tip this down and then turn it into something that's maybe a little more shallow but has a little decorative look about it. But they're just so adorable. They are nesting bags or boxes or bins. 1, 2, 3 different sizes. I was thinking possibly for Christmas, if you wanted to do a little gift with maybe hand towels. You always see cute hand towels. Put hand towels together, maybe a bar of soap, and put it together. You could have this one full of candy, little thing. What if you had a way to build them like this, like you have a stack and there would be a gift? I always think it's awesome to have little gift ideas that are fun to pass around. So this is the scallop trio bag. And again, we have the pattern for that, and it's coming around. Good question. I thought I was doing this with fat quarters. I know I could get 2 out of fat quarters. I don't know about 3. Yeah.
2 the same size and.
I would read the pattern first before I believe anything I say. I really do. Let's be real. All of you who know me, check my facts. The scallop bag class will be November 23rd. The travel iron class is coming up this Saturday. Okay, so these just have been a load of fun to play with. And I've made far too many, but that's all right. It just means I have gifts to give out this year. The next thing I want to show is what is behind me. I have quilts that I've put together. So the first one is the Halloween quilt. And this is an opportunity for people who want to try a little bit of everything. Because in this part right in here, you're doing traditional piecing. You're making a few blocks. It's a traditional pieced quilt. And then as you get up into the stem of the pattern, that is actually applique on. Now you could iron applique and stitch around it, you know what I mean, to do the fusible raw edge type. Or you could needle turn, which I did, and then I hand stitched it on. And that's an option. You could needle turn it and blanket stitch it down, however you'd like to do. But the stem and the leaf are put on in an applique fashion. And then I know Eddie doesn't like to hear it, but I'm a lover of hand stitching. Hand stitching's my thing. So all of these ivy here, I did by hand stitching, but it's only a chain stitch. So everyone, our machines do chain stitching. If we used a heavier weight thread, we could just go around with our sewing machine, add that cute detail, and you're ready to go. Okay, so that was a lot of fun to do. And then of course, when the boss is away, Mo will play. So I put it up on the long arm back there, the Q24. What a beautiful machine. And I quilted it out on our long arm. So that was a lot of fun to do.
Is that an edge to edge?
This was an edge-to-edge quilt design that is sold by OESD.
Right. Oh.
So it's available from OESD. And if you go to our website and you go to embroidery online, that will take you directly to OESD. So if you're ever looking for something, start from our website, isaquasewing.com. You can get to Kimberbell, you can get to OESD, and you can go directly to what's new. Yeah, very fun. The next quilt over, this one is called Merry Little Christmas. Very fun to make. I enjoyed making this quilt a lot because these stars are all identical. And once you cut them out, you can really chain piece and they come together very, very quickly. And this just was an adorable quilt. I'll tell you what I love about a wall quilt. A lot of times we know someone that has moved and maybe they've decided I am done putting up a Christmas tree every year. It's just overwhelming. And I have friends that move to Mesquite. They live here half year, they live there half year. And she said, no one comes to visit us at Christmas. We're not putting up a tree. So I made them a tree. And I said, a quilt, and said, hang this on your wall and put your presents down below it. And there you go. You have a tree. Roll it up, put it away. So it's always nice to have a tree you can hang like this, and you don't have to go out and cut one down. So this is our Christmas pattern for this year. When I come to the next quilt, this is called the Mexican Star. And the Mexican Star I have in two colorways. One that's more of a Southwest design. And when this pattern first came out, that was the rage. Let's do this quilt in all the Southwest designs. But then I got to thinking, this is such a fun quilt. Let's do it in Christmas colors. So it has more of the effect of maybe we have poinsettias. You know, I tried to give it a little yellow center. But this is how easy this quilt is. It's all straight lines. There are no curves in this quilt. Everything is a straight line. Because when you come here and sew this triangle in place, you're folding it back. You put a little bit of permanent fabric glue and it's in place. Or you can whip stitch it. You can choose how you want to anchor that down. But in the quilt, you just fold back a little bit and tuck it in, and it starts to create this curved effect. But the whole thing is built on a straight line. Even these, just a little triangle hanging and open, very quick to come together and gives the illusion that you're a magician, and we love that. And then you'll say, hey, Mo, you slacker, why didn't you quilt that one? Well, there is a reason. It's because I am waiting for the Avenir. The Brother Avenir is coming out. And I don't have an embroidery machine in my house right now. But this is so out in all this white area is perfect for hooping and quilting in the hoop. So this I'm saving to quilt in the hoop because it will be far easier. I don't want to do an edge to edge pattern. I don't want to put this up on the long arm. So I will go to that Avenir and I will put this in the hoop, and you'll see it again. Let me tell you, you'll see it again when it's done. I'm very excited about that. Does anyone have any questions thus far? Okay. Then I'm making sure I tell you everything. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, two things that are on the wall behind Eddie. One is from Baby Lock. This is brand new from Baby Lock. It is a hoop hanging system that hangs on the back of your door. So it does have across the top those gold hoops that will go across your door, and then all your hoops can just snap on it, and you don't have to store your embroidery hoops anywhere. You can just go ahead and hang them on the hoop hanger. So we do have those on the table available for sale. And also on the table available for sale is batting. So when I'm talking about wall hangings, we have prepackaged batting that's like 55 by 60, which is perfect for all these wall hangings. And we also have Annie's Soft and Stable, which would be perfect for all of these. That's what's sitting in the side of these projects. So Annie's Soft and Stable. I recently read a review about foam stabilizer. This is what's going inside here. Bozo makes a fusible. Annie's is not fusible. There's another brand that is fusible on two sides. So I read about it, and there is something nice to say about all of them. So I was looking for anybody that had something bad to say, because when you say something nice about all, it doesn't matter what you buy. And the only negative I could hear from anyone is sometimes if you have a fusible foam, you get all these crease lines that happen. All these creases that later on you can't press them out. And so this is the one bag that I was doing with a fusible, and they were right. These little creases come in and you can't get them out. So that's something to consider with what style of bag or what style of little basket are you making? Do you have it really straight? Because if you're going to start to curve, it's going to start to have an effect on that. So just maybe that should have been a snippet online, but I'm always here to give a tip. In the back corner, you might see that lovely quilt that has birds, birds, birds. That's actually a raffle quilt. And we've got tickets here for sale if you'd like to, but I'm in a quilt guild, and this is their current raffle quilt that they're doing. The Stray Threads Quilt Guild put this together. They'll be drawing for the quilt in May, but they only can sell tickets through December. We found out from the Gambling Commission, you can only sell your tickets in a calendar year. You can't extend to the next calendar year.
Really?
So everyone who wants tickets, buy them up. We only can sell them for a couple more months, and we're going to let that quilt hang here for a little while. It's very fun. All the members of the guild made the blocks, and you can see one person who's just out there put a flamingo in there. So they're all the birds and one flamingo. Very cute. And so you might have a chance to win. Isn't that fun? Okay, I have one more book to show you. We had a great opportunity to meet Terry Kyer. Terry Kyer is really well known for decorating fabric with crayons. She has a process of melting the crayon and using like a muslin type fabric, and then going ahead and painting the designs. This book is from the Patchwork Place, Martingale, and they've gone out of business. So now all their books are hard to come by. And we were lucky enough that she was teaching here in the store that we could buy some books from her. So painting on fabric and doing this kind of process is something we're looking to do in the spring. And so we're putting books out saying, if you want to, get the book now, because they don't sell them. So there you go. This is a very fun process. Whether we're doing her type of work with crayons or using the Prima pencils like Crabapple Hill does, we're going to have a class in the spring that will demonstrate and teach how to do this. Now let's talk about Santa's Workshop. This year we have Santa's Workshop. There will be 3 days, and November 3rd, the 13th, and the 20th. So these are Wednesdays, and we're saying 3 to 6. Santa's Workshop is where you can really come in here and sew anything. We don't care. We're just going to be available to help you finish your Christmas project. But when you come to one, you will always receive a pattern. So here is November 3rd. This is the free pattern that you'll get. Look how cute these are. So this is a free pattern that's all online, and it says, all is calm, all is bright, Merry Christmas to you. So here's what we did with this pattern. Mo did it hand stitched, and that's how the pattern's written. We scanned it into the Solaris Luminaire Destiny, and we let the machine come out with, this is all done on the embroidery machine. So we want to illustrate to people that sometimes when you see a design that they want you to hand stitch, you can scan the design and get the machine to do it for you. So on this date, we'll be making this. So I would urge you to join in with us. You can bring a charm pack and cut into 2.5 squares. You can bring fabric that you like that maybe has a border print. That's what I did here, just ran a border print through here. But it's going to be a fun day of let's make a pillow. And this one I put an envelope backing, and this one I didn't. I made it as is. But we love the envelope backing because you can get the pillow out and launder this. And then when it's Christmas and you have those little kids that are all having fun and hugging the pillow with their peppermint fingers from peppermint candy, then you can get all of that out and get it all put back together, and it looks good as new. So this will be our first Santa's Workshop. Santa's Workshop number 2. Are you ready for this? This one's fun. Santa's Workshop number 2 is going to be working with TV trays. We are going to transform a TV tray, and I got to get this where Eddie can see it too, into a pressing station.
Oh.
So what is going to happen is, and I'll tell you how this is done. So if you can join us, we'd love it. If you can't join us, I'm going to tell you how it's done. You first take a TV tray and you're going to cover it with foil because that is your moisture barrier. Then you're going to put a thin piece of cardboard this in a square just on top of it, 2 layers of batting, and then we put thermal resistant fabric. So that's your ironing board cover. See, thermal resistant. And we're going to staple it down. I went and bought a new staple gun. I feel all powerful. I'll bring it and then it'd be great. Then we're going to teach you how to make a sleeve. How to make a sleeve that goes over all of this. So once you're done sewing and you look over and you see you left your iron like this for like a half hour, you have this beautiful burn mark. You just rip it off and make another one. So that's how I would do this. But anyway, that way you don't have an ironing board covered you created that tends to get yellow and old and dirty and whatever. We easily can take this off and replace it because the cover that's truly on it is the thermal heat resistant fabric. So that is what we're going to be doing here on the 13th of November. And it is the perfect height that when you're at a table to sew, let's say you're going on retreat, this just sits a little bit lower than the height of the table you're at. So it can scoot right up and be the perfect height for a pressing station. That's what we're going to do. Then the next idea, it's kind of crazy, but the next idea is twofer. Twofer. Look at these. These are called jelly beans, okay? And the pattern even comes with these little tags. This is just a little idea where we're gonna make these, we fill them with rice, 10 seconds in a microwave and you've got a nice hand warmer. And we're gonna look for patterns that also might be a neck warmer as well. But I'll tell you what, Laura and I finished these up in the store the other day. And I said, well, let's test this out. Because if you read the instructions, it says heat and microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. I say 10 to 15 because I heated these for 20 seconds. And then what happened? Laura and I were playing hot potato. I was like, Laura, throw it into her. She threw it back to me. I thought, this could be a fun game even for kids. Go put it in the microwave for 20 seconds and suddenly we're playing hot potato. So that's why I say these are a twofer. They're either a nice hand warmer. They come in 3 sizes. So they have a really nice curve to fit in your hand, or so 3 different sizes. So there you go, hand warmer, hot potato, you decide. So that's what will happen on November 20th. Does that sound great? So that is going to wrap up what I have to share today, but I'm hoping some of you brought things to share as well. Do we have a show and tell today? See, look, I love it. I'm going to grab my camera so that I can take some photos. And for everyone at home, I really want to thank you for joining us today. We're going to go off and watch what everybody else brought. Thanks and take care.